And being ignored can feel like a punch to the gut. It's a sensation that can leave us feeling hollow and questioning our place in the world. The sting of being overlooked or dismissed can be profound, especially when it comes from someone we care about deeply. It can wound our ego and make us question our worth. We start to wonder if there's something inherently wrong with us, if we're not good enough, or if we did something to deserve this treatment. This is especially true in romantic pursuits. When we put ourselves out there, hoping for a connection, and are met with silence, it can be devastating. The absence of a response can feel like a direct blow to our self-esteem. When a woman we're interested in doesn't respond, it's easy to spiral into self-doubt. We replay every interaction in our minds, searching for clues or mistakes, and often we end up blaming ourselves. We overanalyze her actions, invent narratives, and drive ourselves crazy, wondering what went wrong. The mind becomes a battleground of insecurities and imagined scenarios, each more painful than the last. The silence screams rejection, even if that isn't the intention. It's a loud, deafening void that fills our thoughts and emotions, making it hard to focus on anything else. This emotional reaction is natural. It's a part of being human. We crave connection and validation, and when it's withheld, it can feel like a personal failure. We're social creatures, wired to seek connection and validation. Our brains are designed to thrive on social interactions, and when those interactions are missing, it can be deeply unsettling. However, allowing these feelings to dictate our actions can be detrimental. It can lead us down a path of neediness and desperation, where we lose sight of our own value and self-respect. It can lead to needy behavior, desperation, and a loss of self-respect. We might find ourselves constantly checking our phones, waiting for a message that never comes, and feeling more and more desperate with each passing moment. Instead of succumbing to insecurity, we can choose a different path. We can decide to take control of our emotions and reactions rather than letting them control us. We can adopt a mindset that empowers us to remain in control, regardless of external circumstances. By focusing on our own growth and well-being, we can find strength and resilience. This is where Stoicism comes in. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and to let go of what we cannot. It encourages us to find peace within ourselves, regardless of how others treat us. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, offers a powerful framework for navigating the emotional turmoil of being ignored. Rooted in the teachings of philosophers like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, Stoicism provides timeless wisdom that remains relevant today. Its core tenet is simple but profound. We cannot control external events, but we can control our reactions to them. This principle is a cornerstone of emotional resilience and mental fortitude. Imagine sitting by a tranquil lakeshore, meditating on the idea that your peace is not dictated by the world around you, but by your inner state. This is the essence of Stoicism. In the context of dating, this means accepting that a woman's decision to ignore us is ultimately outside our control. Her actions are her own, influenced by factors we may never understand. She may have her reasons, but dwelling on them is futile. Instead, we should focus on our own journey, our own growth, and our own peace of mind. What we can control is how we respond. By practicing mindfulness and self-awareness, we can choose to respond with grace and composure. Stoicism teaches us to find strength in indifference. This indifference is not about apathy, but about maintaining our inner equilibrium regardless of external circumstances. Not indifference to life or love, but indifference to outcomes we cannot control. This mindset allows us to enjoy the present moment without being burdened by the fear of rejection or the need for approval. By relinquishing the need for external validation, we reclaim our power. We become the masters of our own emotional landscape, unshaken by the whims of others. We choose how we feel, regardless of her actions. This choice is a profound expression of our inner strength and autonomy. This inner strength is far more attractive than any desperate plea for attention. It radiates confidence and self-assuredness, qualities that are universally appealing. It's tempting to obsess over the reasons behind her silence. Is she busy? Is she playing hard to get? Did we say something wrong? We create elaborate scenarios, each more agonizing than the last. The truth is, her reasons are largely irrelevant. Even if we could decipher her motivations, it wouldn't necessarily change the outcome. Focusing on the why keeps us trapped in a cycle of rumination and self-doubt. It gives her power over our emotional state. The Stoic approach encourages us to detach from this need to know. Instead of getting lost in conjecture, we can choose to focus on what truly matters, our own actions and reactions. When faced with silence, our instinct is often to pursue harder. We send another text, call, or leave a message, hoping for any sign of life. This, however, is a trap. Chasing after someone who isn't reciprocating our interest only diminishes our value. It makes us appear needy, desperate, and insecure, qualities that are deeply unattractive. It also reinforces the very behavior we're trying to change. By constantly reaching out, we're essentially rewarding her for ignoring us. A man of true confidence understands the power of silence. He knows that his self-worth isn't contingent on a woman's response. He's willing to walk away, not out of anger or resentment, but out of self-respect. Instead of wasting energy chasing after someone who isn't interested, redirect that energy towards self-improvement. Invest in your passions, pursue your goals, and become the best version of yourself. Hit the gym, learn a new skill, focus on your career, or reconnect with friends. Not only will this boost your confidence and make you more attractive, but it will also demonstrate that you have a life outside of pursuing women. This shift in focus is crucial. It takes you out of the role of the supplicant and places you firmly in the driver's seat of your own life. It shows that you're not defined by a woman's attention, but by your own ambitions and drive. Here's a secret: indifference can be incredibly alluring. When we stop reacting to someone's attempts to ignore us, it often piques their curiosity. They're used to men who chase, who plead for their attention. Our lack of reaction disrupts their expectations. Suddenly we become a challenge. They wonder why we're not fawning over them, why we're not playing their games. This shift in dynamic can be incredibly powerful. It takes the power away from the ignorer and places it back in our hands. This isn't about playing mind games or manipulating anyone. It's about recognizing that our energy is best spent elsewhere. By focusing on ourselves, we inadvertently create an aura of intrigue and desirability. Anxiety and frustration are palpable. They can be seen in the way someone fidgets, the way their eyes dart around, and the way their shoulders tense up. These emotions are not just felt internally, they manifest outwardly, making them visible to everyone around. They reek of insecurity and neediness. It's almost as if these emotions have a scent, a vibe that others can pick up on. This can be off-putting and can push people away, creating a cycle of anxiety and rejection. On the other hand, calmness and composure are incredibly attractive qualities. They draw people in, making them want to be around you. When you exude calmness, you create a sense of safety and stability that others find irresistible. They convey confidence, self-sufficiency, and emotional maturity. These traits suggest that you are in control of your life and your emotions, which is a very appealing quality. People are naturally drawn to those who seem to have it all together. When we allow ourselves to become unfazed by a woman's silence, we project an air of quiet strength. This quiet strength is not about being indifferent or uncaring. It's about being secure in who you are and not needing constant validation from others. We show her that we're not easily rattled, that we have our own lives and priorities. This independence is attractive because it shows that you are a complete person on your own, not someone who is looking to be completed by another. This is infinitely more appealing than someone who crumbles at the first sign of disinterest. It shows that you are resilient and capable of handling life's ups and downs without falling apart. The next time you find yourself spiraling into anxiety over being ignored, take a step back, pause and reflect on what is really happening. Often our minds create scenarios that are far worse than reality. Take a deep breath and remind yourself that her actions are not a reflection of your worth. Your value is inherent and does not depend on the attention or approval of others. Choose to remain calm, collected, and in control of your emotions. By doing so, you not only improve your own well-being, but also become more attractive to those around you. Embrace the allure of being unfazed. Ultimately, the key to handling being ignored is detachment. Detachment doesn't mean becoming cold or emotionless. It means releasing the need for a specific outcome. It means accepting that we cannot control how others behave, but we can control how we respond. When we detach from the outcome of a romantic pursuit, we free ourselves from the emotional roller coaster. We no longer rely on her validation for our happiness. This allows us to approach dating from a place of confidence and self-assurance. Remember, you are worthy of love and connection, but your worthiness shouldn't be contingent on the actions of others. When you embrace detachment, you reclaim your power and open yourself up to a world of possibilities.